we are going to continue our series of ranking the top 20 players going into the 2024 NBA season. 2 episodes ago, we had done players 1 through 5, so we are now going to do players 6 through 10. Already a lot of hard conversations that we have had to have. We have made a lot of replacements and last second adjustments, but I think we're pretty proud of this list. We have made some good arguments. You guys on that?
Yeah, when we started on the list versus where we are now, one person's not even there anymore, and one person
yeah.
But then.
Yeah, there's been some changes, but again, I think we have some good arguments for it. So without further ado, our players 6 through 10 of the NBA. So here we have our list, the top 20 NBA players 6 through 10. Now, we had talked about this a little bit last show about previewing who number 6 was, but number 6, Kevin Durant, I think pretty obvious number 6 spot, almost was in our number 5 spot last time we did this. 29, 7, and 5 in the regular season on better than 55% shooting from the floor and 40% shooting, over 40% shooting from the three-point line. Averaged then 29, 9, and 5 in the postseason, shooting 48% from the floor. Didn't make an All-NBA team this year. Hurt him a little bit, but missed some parts of the season. I understand that. But even though Durant sneakily had one of his best seasons this year, he had no games under 23 points in the postseason. And I said this to Steve before we started of why we have him where we do. Kevin Durant is one of the 5 best playoff players in the NBA. Like, if I had to take 5 guys, one of the 5 guys in no order who I would want on my team in the postseason, I'm taking Jokic, I'm taking Giannis, I'm taking LeBron, I'm taking Steph, I'm taking Durant. Again, in no particular order, but those 5 guys are the top 5 guys. Jimmy Butler has an argument to be up there over some of these other guys. We'll see who that could be over. I mean, that's up for debate. But without question, Kevin Durant, still one of the best players in the NBA. Again, could have been a top 5 guy, but we have him sitting firmly at number 6.
It's hard because when you look at Kevin Durant, saying that he's not a top 5 player in the league is difficult. I don't like saying those words out of my mouth, but when he's had the injury issues he's had the last few seasons and just, KD very well could earn his spot back in the top 5, but right now he's firmly at 6.
Yeah. Number 7, someone who we actually might have thought was number 6, but like him at number 7, that is Jason Tatum. Now, 39 and 5 in the regular season, had an excellent showing, was first team All-NBA, finished top 5 in MVP voting as well, shot almost 50% from the floor, and then averaged a double-double in the postseason, 27 and 11, also including 5 assists. Now, you might be wondering, after saying all those things, should we have Jason Tatum underneath Kevin Durant? Jason Tatum was not consistent enough these playoffs for me to put him above Kevin Durant. There were a lot of games in all the rounds, especially coming down the stretch, where it was like, yo, where is Jason Tatum? And then sometimes it was like, oh, there's Jason Tatum. He's doing all these amazing things. You just can't. It's too inconsistent right now. But Jason Tatum is probably, aside from Luka, the number 1 young up-and-coming superstar in this league. I think he's a superstar. I think he could be a future MVP of this league. He's already proven he's someone you can build around or have on your team as the number 1 option, and it can produce to high levels of winning. I mean, he just made a finals 2 years ago in 2022, losing to Steph. And I think every single year he has these, I don't want to call them playoff failures, but just these playoff experiences where he gets so far and loses, or he can't really quite be consistent enough, or he just plays people who are outright better than him, things like that. It just keeps adding to his resume and things that he then knows how to do a year later. And it's just things you build on in your career to get you to that next level, already doing that at a young age. So we got Jason Tatum sitting at number 7.
Jason Tatum's hard because you and me have said multiple times this postseason, previous postseasons, that there's an argument that Jaylen Brown becomes the Batman once the postseason hits. And that Jaylen Brown's play gets, exponentially, well, maybe not exponentially, but elevates past Jason Tatum. So, you know, Jason Tatum not being able to elevate consistently in the playoffs, I think that's what keeps him at 7.
Number 8, the GOAT, King James himself, LeBron James. Now listen, is LeBron at number 8 maybe too low or too high? No, I think it's just right. Let me tell you why. 29-8-7 in the regular season, 24-10-6 in the postseason, won third team All-NBA. Maybe had an argument to make second team. That's neither here nor there. He averaged in the 3 series in the postseason from Memphis to Denver, 22-11-6 in the first round, 25-8-5 in the semis, and then 27-10-10 on 52% from the floor against the eventual champion Denver Nuggets. There is a fly that needs to get out of here. Shoo. It landed like right on the mic. Did you hear it? I heard it in my headphones. Like, even at this age, LeBron is still impacting the game in significant ways. Now, not the way he used to. He's not taking over. He's not carrying. He's not going to be someone that you can solely rely on with other role players like he was in years past. But clearly still making an impact on both ends. And LeBron James, you just trust him. I mean, he's proven everything he possibly can in this league, and is someone that, without a shadow of a doubt, if he is on my team in the postseason, I am not betting against him. 29 points in year 20 is unprecedented. We have no reason to think he will average or play any worse next year than he did now. Just doing absolutely outlandish things. LeBron James at number 8.
If this says anything about why LeBron's at number 8, when the seeding got put out and everybody saw that the 7 seed Lakers were playing the 2 seed Grizzlies, I don't think there was a single person other than people from Memphis who said, yeah, Memphis is going to win that series. Like, that's why LeBron's number 8, because even at a 7 seed, he still said, nope, Memphis who? And went in and knocked off the 2 seed with ease. So LeBron at 8 is sad. I don't like that he's not top 5 anymore, but it's something that we all have to start understanding and maybe this will help us appreciate LeBron's greatness a little more and appreciate what we have in front of us, because we don't have many more years left of it. And the fact that he's still a top 10 player is just unreal.
And even against the Nuggets in the conference finals, a lot of people had the Lakers winning that series. A lot of people had the Lakers making the finals. LeBron James at number 8. Number 9, Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat. Now, look, I'm still a little salty, I guess, over the finals, but I cannot allow that to take away from what Jimmy Butler has proven and what he has done in the postseason and regular season otherwise. So 23-6-5 in the regular season, 27-7-6, so a dramatic improvement in the postseason. Was also second team All-NBA this last year. Against Milwaukee and the former, maybe still, best player in the league, 38-6-5 on 60% from the floor, 60% from the floor, and 24-8-6 against Boston, a team who had just made the finals the previous year on better than 40% shooting. Jimmy Butler, I just mentioned that LeBron was not the guy he used to be, where you can give him role players and he can carry and will you to deep in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler is one of those people.
He is that guy.
You can give Jimmy Butler role players and he will figure out a way to make everyone work harder, play better, and he'll figure out the rest. He is the culture. There are few players that has that singular individual impact, especially in playoff games, that Jimmy Butler has. Was he a large part of the reason that they lost in the finals? Of course he was. Still got them to the finals, and that cannot be diminished. He is one of, as I mentioned, might be one of the 5 best playoff performers in the league right now. The argument is certainly there. So Jimmy Butler is just insane in what he brings to your team and what he brings to your winning. So we have him at number 9.
The Bucks were the number 1 overall team in the NBA, and the Celtics were the number 2 overall team in the NBA at the end of the regular season. Bucks were 4th in overall defensive rating. Celtics were 5th. And Jimmy Butler did what he did to both of them. So, and he did it as the best player on his team. he always seems to just become this, as you've said it before, Hemi-esque player when, when the playoffs, when the lights shine brightest. He's averaging 40 plus minutes a series in the playoffs, which means that he is directly impacting the entire game.
Yeah.
It's just Jimmy Butler to me. And that's why I fought tooth and nail for him to be at this number 9 spot, because if you remove the finals from last year, he was arguably top 3 playoff performer in last year's playoffs.
He might have been number 2.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would put Jokic at 1 and Jimmy at 2.
And so that's the thing is and we just said it, how many undrafted free agent starters did the Heat have?
Yeah.
How many top to bottom, the Heat
playing team.
They were a playing team, and he took them to the finals.
Yeah.
This is probably the first time ever that Jimmy's been a top 10 player in the league. Would you say?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitively, absolutely.
Good. You know what? Good for you, Jimmy. Congratulations.
Yep. Jimmy Butler, number 9. Number 10, someone else who spoiler alert, Anthony Davis is at number 11. Anthony Davis was at number 10. He at number 9?
Was at number 9.
Well, he might have been number 9 at one point, and then we kept fighting things, and he had to get bumped off. So Damian Lillard is number 10, and here's why. So 32, 5-7 in the regular season, obviously did not make the postseason. Was third team All-NBA this year. And it was not all his fault, obviously. He did not make the playoffs. I think Damian Lillard has a more significant individual impact on your team than Anthony Davis does come the postseason, especially on the offensive end. Now, Anthony Davis on the defensive end is far and away better. But we've said when LeBron goes out or when Anthony Davis is the best player on the floor for the Lakers and he has to lead, he can't. He has had several opportunities to prove that he can, and he has not. He has not been – now, this last playoffs, he played pretty good, but has not had a big impact since the championship year. You can say the same about Dame because they haven't made the playoffs in a while, but I think, again, that's not all his fault, and I think when he does get there, he is more important, and I think he definitely had a better regular season this last year than Anthony Davis. And it just didn't seem fair to ignore his contributions to what he means just because the Blazers didn't make the playoffs, which isn't on him. He's been one of the 5 best point guards in the league for the last 6 to 7 years. I mean, again, it was a hard decision to make, but I think we made the right one with putting Dame at number 10.
Yeah, and you mentioned when Dame gets to the playoffs. The last time Dame was in the playoffs, he averaged 35 points on 46% shooting. Anthony Davis played 56 games this year. Damian Lillard played 58. So Dame played 2 more games, and his statistics were just off the charts. I mean, 32 points. That would have been second in the league in scoring had he played enough games.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce, you're an idiot if you think that Damian Lillard going to the Heat, they're losing in the first round. You're dumb, and you sleep with your father. Damian Lillard's the top player in the NBA.
Was a dumb statement, yeah. Yeah, so you have it. Our top 10 players now finished. We have players 6 through 10. Number 6, we got Kevin Durant. Number 7, we got Jason Tatum. 8, LeBron James. 9, Jimmy Butler. And 10, Damian Lillard. I'm excited to see our 11 through 15. I'm sure there's going to be more intense conversations about changes we have to make, but we always make the right ones, and we do the work and we do the research because we're here for you to provide you with the best and most reliable sports information we can. And that's just the service we provide. So you're welcome. Players 6 through 10 in the NBA of our top 20. There you have it.
You're welcome.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.